Now picture this. An interstellar object flies through our solar system, acting so weird that scientists are actually asking, what if this is not a space rock at all? What if it's actually an alien spacecraft in disguise? Today, we're diving into the bizarre case of 3I Atlas and why Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb thinks we should at least consider the possibility that some space rocks might not be rocks at all.
We've never thought about the potential implications of finding an object that big that could be something other than a rock, an icy rock.
Every once in a while, objects from outside our solar system come flying through. These are incredibly rare visitors from interstellar space, and each one gives us a tiny glimpse into what's happening in other star systems. But here's the thing. 3I Atlas is weird. And when I say weird, I don't mean, oh, that's an unusual shape. I mean, this thing is doing stuff that has a 2% probability of happening naturally. Weird. Now, before anyone starts building bunkers, let me be clear. Most scientists think this is just a strange comet. But Avi Loeb, who's the founding director of Harvard's Black Hole Initiative, has proposed a fascinating thought experiment. What if some of these interstellar objects are actually alien technology in disguise? To understand why aliens might disguise their spacecraft as space rocks, we need to talk about something called the dark forest hypothesis. Imagine the universe as a dark forest. Every civilization is a hunter, silently stalking through the trees. The thing is, you don't know if the other hunters are friendly or hostile. And in a universe where technology can potentially destroy entire planets, if not galaxies, the safest strategy might be to stay hidden. So if you're an alien civilization and you want to explore the galaxy, what do? You can't just fly around in obvious spaceships like we see in the movies. That's like walking through the forest with a spotlight on you. But what if you can make your spacecraft look like a natural space debris? What if you could hide in plain sight? So what makes 3I Atlas so strange? First, its orbit. This thing is traveling retrograde. That means it's going the opposite direction from everything else in our solar system. Imagine you're on a highway where everyone's driving north, and suddenly a car comes barreling down, going south. That's 3I Atlas. But here's where it gets really weird. Despite traveling backwards, its orbital plane is within just 5 degrees of Earth's plane. Now, the odds of that happening are about 2%. Second, the timing and trajectory. Its closest approach to the Sun happens to be at the exact opposite point from where Earth is closest to the Sun. And get this, it passes remarkably close to Venus, Mars, and Jupiter. It's like a cosmic pool player sinking multiple balls in one shot. Third, its physical properties are bizarre. It's about 12 miles wide, but it's way too bright for an asteroid of that size. But when scientists pointed the very large telescope at it, they didn't see any of the gas emissions that comets usually have. It's super dusty though, which might be hiding some features, and it reflects light in a way that makes it appear redder than most comets in our solar system. But check this out. Scientists just observed that it's changed its color, and they think that this is because now it's releasing cyanide. Very strange. Now here's where Loeb's thought experiment gets interesting. He and his colleagues calculated what it would take for a spacecraft following 3I Atlas's path to potentially launch something at planets in our solar system. The answer? Not much. The trajectory is so convenient that a spacecraft wouldn't need significant velocity changes to deploy probes or weapons at Venus, Mars, or Jupiter. Now, I know what you're thinking. Should I be worried? The answer is no. First, this is a thought experiment. And second, we haven't seen anything unusual raining from the sky. And third, even Loeb himself says the most likely explanation is that this is just a weird natural object. But the point of the exercise isn't to scare people. It's to develop a framework for analyzing future interstellar visitors. Because here's the thing, we're going to see a lot more of these. With improving telescope technology, scientists expect to detect dozens of interstellar objects over the next decade. Each one will bring its own mysteries and anomalies, and while the vast majority, probably all of them, will be natural objects, Loeb argues we should at least have a methodology for checking. Think about it this way. We've only been able to detect these interstellar visitors for a few years. We have a sample size of exactly 3. And that's like trying to understand all of Earth's geology by looking at 3 random rocks. We simply don't know what's normal and what's not for interstellar objects. This uncertainty is actually what makes Loeb's approach actually valuable, even if you're skeptical about aliens. By thinking through what artificial objects might look like and how they might behave, we can better identify what's truly anomalous versus what's just unfamiliar. And let's be honest, the universe is incredibly vast. There are billions of galaxies, each with billions of stars and many planets. Let's face it, the idea that Earth has the only intelligent life seems increasingly unlikely. The question isn't really, are we alone, but rather, has anyone else figured out interstellar travel? And if so, would we even recognize their technology? Now, it's important to note that Loeb's ideas are controversial in the scientific community. Many astronomers feel he's too quick to invoke aliens as an explanation for anomalies, but there are a lot of anomalies here. But the critics have a point. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and weird orbital mechanics aren't exactly a smoking gun. But Loeb addresses this directly. He calls the debate mired in bitter controversy, but argues the thought experiment is worthwhile regardless of whether you believe in aliens are visiting or not. It's about developing tools and frameworks for analysis, not about proving aliens exist. The most likely explanation for 3I Atlas remains that it's a completely natural object, probably a comet with unusual properties. The dust surrounding it could be obscuring typical comet features. Its weird orbit could be the result of gravitational interactions in its home system before it was ejected. The brightness could be due to composition we haven't seen before. So where does this leave us? Well, 3I Atlas is now too far away for further observation, speeding back into the darkness between stars. We may never know for certain what it was, but it's left us with an important question and a new way of thinking about interstellar visitors. Whether you believe aliens are out there or not, Loeb's methodology gives us a structured way to analyze future objects. As he puts it, we need to approach this with an open-minded and unprejudiced perspective. The universe is full of mysteries, and we're just beginning to scratch the surface. Each interstellar visitor is a message in a bottle from another star system carrying information about places we may never directly visit. So it's very exciting either way. And whether they're natural objects or something more, they deserve our careful attention. What do you think? Is it worth considering that some of these interstellar objects might be artificial, or should we stick to natural explanations until we have undeniable proof? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into cosmic mysteries, hit the like button and subscribe for more. Keep looking up, stay curious, keep asking questions, and remember, in a universe this vast and strange, anything is possible. Thanks for listening to The Conscious Rising. Stay curious, and see you soon.